is all about transformations. I'm taking you behind the scenes in a day in the life of an interior designer. I'm sharing how I transformed this outdated, traditional Beverly Hills home into something much more modern, gorgeous, and glamorous. I wanted to also make a video as well because I wanted to remember this beautiful design and then share it with everyone and just tell the story behind how it came to be, and hopefully it can inspire some of you guys to create a beautiful space in your home that's going to be really special for you, and maybe it will spark some ideas. I just wanted to share how this originated, take you guys through that design process and what that was like. So I really approach each project with a completely new canvas. I always go in assuming that I don't know anything. When I say that, I mean go in with an open mind. So I always go in to a new project and I don't assume I know everything, put it that way. And I also love a new challenge. So I love working with unconventional spaces, and I'll take you through this space and you'll see exactly why from the moment you walk in. The moment I walked into this house, I was just like, it's gorgeous. I also felt a little vain for picking it as well. I was like, oh, I don't know. There's mirrors all over the walls. I've never dealt with that before. I was like, does that make me vain? But no, it makes the space incredibly beautiful, incredibly elegant, and it also reflects back some of the natural beauty and the natural nature elements. That's what makes this place so special. And mirrors also just make a room feel so much bigger as well. When I walked into this space, first of all, you see that the floors are this dark wood element, and the windows, we have floor to ceiling windows, and we have a 3-pane sliding glass door. We have a little bit of a balcony. It's a faux balcony because you can't really step outside. But yeah, you can just open it out and peer out over the edge. And you just have really nice lighting. And the space is also special because it's an open floor plan. So that can also be good and bad because there can be it can be a little bit daunting at first, and it can be a little bit overwhelming when you have so much space and you don't necessarily have sectioned off rooms and you're just given one large area that you have to fill and that you have to break up into little tiny rooms. So really, how do you do that? How do you deal with that? What do you do? And then also, how do you meet the needs of the person that's going to live in the space, which is me. So when I came into this space, I was at a different point in my life. I think that's also really important too. When you're going into a space, how do you feel? Or where in your life are you? Or how do you want to be feeling? And so when I came into this space, I was at this point in my life where I was feeling a sense of, I needed a sense of rebirth and rejuvenation, and I wanted peace and calm and quiet, which I actually, to film this, I turned off all of the white noise devices that I have everywhere around the house because I'm very sensitive to noise, and a calm, peaceful environment is really important to me. So that's exactly what I tried to craft here, and that's exactly why I chose these specific colors. And also too, I chose these unique textures because I loved how they made me feel. I loved how they really brought me back to my roots and how they made me feel grounded and calm, and how they had an earthly element to them. And I also went a step further and I actually went to a nursery and I purchased my first tree. It's the only plant kept alive. She's right. Yeah, you can talk to the tree. Apparently, that's what you're supposed to do. So yeah, she's right here. So I didn't want to say anything bad in front of the tree. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just such a great space. Also, too, there were multiple things I needed to accomplish with the space. So I needed a dining room. So you see that. I needed a living room, and I wanted a place where I could just relax, unwind after work, where I could also entertain friends. In my old studio up in San Francisco, one of the things that I loved best was just having friends over for maybe like, a little chit chat, like coffee or happy hour or something like that. I'm much more of the type of person that loves to have just a small group of friends over. And I like to have just more personal one-on-one conversations or a few friends, because I really like to take the time to get to know my friends. And if we've been friends for a really long time, I like to really spend time and catch up and have in-depth conversations and make that connection. So that's why the living room is really important to me. So I like warm, comfy surroundings. And you can't tell by now, I'm a Cancer. We like our home and we like comfortable surroundings. So that's really how you got the living room. And I also love my glass table, which is stunning. But there's one piece that I'm not going to give up. I'm really sad that I cannot take this sectional with me because it's too big, unfortunately. So if anyone wants it, it might be gone by the time you see this. But yeah, I mean, the glass table is amazing. And I also reflected that same style with the dining room as well. So the dining room table, it's glass as well. And then also, I guess I'm kind of bouncing around, but because there's so much that we can talk about. But what else? I mean, I really just kind of went all in with this place in just different fun ways. Like I just really went for it and I really went outside of my comfort zone. I even created my own art for this place. So on the wall right there, I created my own canvas art, which it took many attempts, but it was surprisingly not that difficult. And it was a lot of fun. And I think anyone can really do that type of a project. It's a plaster painting, so it really just involves canvas and then getting some plaster. Maybe I'll make another video on that at some point and really just show you guys how you can do that and how you can make a nice piece of artwork for your house. What else? Oh, I was going to talk about the den. So the other part of this open floor plan, so we have 3 rooms within the open floor plan. So we have the kitchen and dining room, we have the living room, and then we have the den. So the other part and the other intention with this place is when I came in, I needed it to be comfortable for me to both work and live in. And we didn't necessarily have these types of spaces in the past. I mean, we didn't think we would be spending so much time in our homes where we would actually be working in the same place that we were sleeping, It's so, and also too, if, when you're working a lot and when you're working long hours and when your job is stressful, it's incredibly important to make sure that you have a strong work-life balance, and then also that there's a clear separation of boundaries, and that your environment is also calming and positive. And so I went into this project with that mindset and really wanting to craft a space that was intentional with that in mind. So you'll see how I really made an office space and created the third part of this room, the den. And actually the den is closest to the window, which is so nice. So whenever I'm on a call, I can kind of just like look over to the window, and it's just nice for your eyes to get away from the computer screens. You're not always looking at the computer screen 24/7. And then also too, it's just, I have a really good setup over here, as you can see, and now it has become the YouTube studio. Yeah. What else? Let's see. Oh, those paintings. Fun fact about those paintings. It's kind of the craziest story. So I was on a flight back home to see my parents, and I always end up meeting people in the most random places. And so I ended up striking up a conversation with the guy in the seat next to me on the plane. And we just got to talking, and he told me he was an artist, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And he started showing me some of his paintings, or he said he was a business development manager for an artist. And he started showing me some of the artwork for the artist, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I think I recognize some of those paintings. And I was like, I think my parents have one of those. And the craziest thing, I mean, what are the odds? So it turns out my parents actually had one of the pieces of art in this guy's collection. And I just have a photographic memory from when I was like 9 years old. I mean, like literally, what are the odds? So when I arrived home, like I'm on the plane. So when I arrived home and landed at the airport, my parents picked me up and I told them this story. And I was like, this is so crazy, right? And later when we're at home eating, my mom goes to the garage and she comes out and she's holding one of the paintings. So it's the craziest story. My parents had actually taken it down. And ever since hearing that story from me, they actually put it back up on the wall. And then I ended up purchasing 2 paintings from that guy. And then I took them and I had them professionally framed, which I highly recommend. These are some of my first big girl art pieces. I need to be more conscious about buying more art, but the way to do it is for sure, make sure you take care of your artwork, and it was definitely worth it going and investing the time to get them professionally framed. They did such a nice job framing them. They're so beautiful, they're so elegant. You actually get to pick out the style of the frame that you want it to be in. And then also the glass is earthquake resistant, or no, I don't know, shatterproof. I said like 10 things in one there. It's kind of like shatterproof. So if there is an earthquake and it does fall off of the wall, then hopefully the painting will be protected. There you go. So highly recommend looking into that. But another thing I really like about the paintings is that the one that I put up at the top, it actually has similar elements that actually reflect the outside nature elements of this house. So if you're looking at it from, I guess the living room area, if you're looking at it from there, then you're looking out through towards the window, and you kind of see this juxtaposition of the real world and the painting. So little teaser there, so if anyone cares. All right, so that is everything. And yeah, I'm really excited about my new place. I cannot wait to show you guys. It's a lot smaller, but it's okay. I'm excited about that. So I honestly am like so tired of cleaning all the time. So that's actually another big thing. And they just have so much there. So I'll just have less to think about. And when you guys see it, you're gonna know why I picked it. So yeah. And I also have lived in a similar building before, and I've lived in a similar size space. So I also know that it won't be that big of a deal. But I am losing a few hundred square feet in a bathroom. It's okay. We're gonna live. So, but that's why I have to sell the giant couch. Anyway, but yeah, hope everyone has a good everyone has a good rest of the day. And oh, I also want to show this I got in South Africa. Isn't it beautiful? I know. I got one for my mom and my dad and my sister and her husband. So yeah, I know. It's really special. So I'm gonna go and get ready for dinner tonight, but I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to stay updated and inspired on all of the latest trends straight from Ali Christie Designs. Also, comment below and let me know how you're creating a unique personal space for yourself.